great players, they have a great organization, and you tell them one thing, baby.
What is good, Raider Nation? It's your boy Raider Alex back with yet another video for you guys. Anybody that's new to the channel, you guys love Raider related content just like this, make sure to like, comment, subscribe to the channel. Also make sure to hit that bell notification, that way you get notified every time I post a video just like this one. Without further ado, let's jump right into the topic of this video. The Las Vegas Raiders took an overnight flight to Los Angeles on Sunday night to begin their preparations early for their upcoming preseason game against the Los Angeles Rams. And luckily enough, the Raiders, we got very good news on the defensive side of the football. Just before today's joint practice with the LA Rams, the Raiders decided to activate Tyree Wilson off the physically unable to perform list. This marks the first time he's been able to practice with his new team since being drafted, as he had been dealing with a foot injury from his time at Texas Tech last year. The news was initially reported by Deshaun Reed of The Athletic and Vinny Bonsignore of the Las Vegas Review-Journal. Tyree Wilson was unable to work out for teams scouting him prior to the draft, as he couldn't participate in the NFL Combine in Indianapolis due to his ongoing recovery. The Raiders' 7th overall pick from Texas Tech has been focusing on mental preparation through film study and through rehabilitation assignments to ensure he's fully ready to make his return. The 6'6", 275-pound pass rusher will now have the opportunity to learn from his defensive end teammates Maxx Crosby and Chandler Jones. And as I mentioned, this is just huge news for the Raiders and for this defense. It's crazy that this defense, and specifically the young rookies of this draft class, have looked very promising thus far, and this has all been without our premier first round pick Tyree Wilson being on the field. Tyree Wilson suffered a season-ending foot injury on November 12th in a game against Kansas and underwent surgery to fix it on November 21st. Wilson appears to have suffered from a foot condition called the Lisfranc sprain, a mid-foot sprain condition with bone and ligament damage. And if you haven't done so, there's a video out there. Make sure to watch this video. I'll see if I can put it on the graphic on the screen, where a medical professional actually breaks down this injury to full details. So if you haven't done so, check that out. But with Tyree Wilson being out for, at this point, it's been over 10 months now, it's very important that he gets back on the field as soon as possible, just getting back into football shape and starting to adapt to the next level speed and toughness of the National Football League. Tyree Wilson really has the potential to take this defense to the next level if he can become a dominant player on the opposite side of Mad Maxx Crosby. Now look, I'm gonna be honest, I don't expect Tyree Wilson to have a super impactful rookie season, and this is a little disappointing for me, as I felt we really needed a day one impact player on this defense with our first overall pick. Now, hopefully I am completely wrong, but the reason I believe this is because 10 months being out is a very, very long time for a football player. First, he's just going to have to spend some time just getting into football shape, getting accustomed to putting the pads on and actually hitting some people. And specifically in his position, playing defensive end, you know, that's one of the most brutal positions in the whole league. But not only just him being out of the game for 10 months now, but another thing I see with Tyree Wilson, in my opinion, is the fact that he's still a pretty raw player when it comes to his overall technique, especially when it comes to actually rushing the passer. Tyree Wilson on tape in college, he showed many different times that he relied a lot on just his pure strength to bull rush the opposing team's offensive linemen. And look, although this still may work to a certain degree at the next level, just because he's, you know, 275 pounds, 6'6", a very strong, physically dominant player. Look, he's not going to be able to rely on that alone on a consistent basis to be an effective pass rusher at the next level. I also felt too like his first step was a little slow as well. So essentially what I'm trying to get at is the fact that Tyree Wilson will also need to spend some time just focusing and refining his technique and ultimately his pass rusher moves. You know, and all that, I think is, you know, it's gonna take some time. But look, whether or not he will have an impactful rookie season, I think it's still huge that he's finally cleared off the physically unable to perform list and he can finally get back out on that field. Really, the sooner he starts playing and getting some meaningful reps out there and snaps, the sooner his developmental process can begin. Now, I have no idea whether or not he will get any snaps in next week's preseason matchup. If I had to guess, I'm assuming they're going to be a little bit cautious when it comes to his recovery process, and I don't think we're going to see him in the next preseason game. Look, maybe if we're lucky, we get a chance to see him play against the Dallas Cowboys in the last week of the preseason, but who knows? We'll just have to keep a close eye out on his status moving forward. But there's no doubt that Tyree Wilson has the chance to really transform this defense, and if he can pan out as a player, as a draft pick, especially with a couple other of our rookies in this year's draft class who are looking very promising out there, like Jacorian Bennett, Michael Mayer, Nesta Jade Silvera. The list goes on and on. If Tyree Wilson can develop and really contribute to this team, then we really got to give the man Dave Ziegler his props for absolutely killing it in the draft this year. But I really hope we can see Tyree Wilson out there soon. I would absolutely love to do a film breakdown on him if we get a chance to see him in the preseason before the regular season starts. But Raider Nation, let me know what you guys think of this latest news. Also, what are your guys' expectations for Tyree Wilson in his rookie season? Let me know in the comment section down below. With that being said, that's all I have for you guys in today's video. Anybody that's new, make sure to like, comment, subscribe. That being said, I will see you guys in the next one.